Well, everybody, I seen a video from Jason over at Blue Ox Model Shop a few months ago. He posted about showing our workspace, hobby room, whatever. And since I've been gone for a while, I figured I'd do a video of mine. It's probably been a couple of years, I think, since I've shown much of it. So I thought we'd just do it like I did the first time. A few things have changed, a few things are gone, so I figured I'd get you guys caught up on what's going on and kind of show you what the room's been doing. So anyway, again, this is answering Jason's question over there at Blue Ox Model Shop. I watched his video and I found Zippy's video, and they both have amazing areas, workspace, hobby room, whatever you want to call it. I love looking at everybody's hobby rooms and stuff. You get lots of ideas and you can see lots of cool stuff. So anyway, this is coming down the stairs to the basement where all the stuff happens. And I'll probably have to do like I did a couple years ago, do it in 2 or 3 parts because I don't want to have a crazy long video. So we'll just come down into this room and we'll do over there later, and we'll do this room second, but we'll go in here to the room I'm in most of the time, and we'll start here and we'll zip around over here where the workbench is. So there's the workbench where I do all my getting away from the world things, and all my parts, drawers, and some kits up there ready to build, kind of the ones I want to build first, as in, you know, I want to build those and I got to figure out which one of those I want to build first. Anyway, so that's that. And I come down here and I got some more stuff over here, parts in those collage boxes I've showed you guys I've make with old hot rod magazines, and then I keep like wheels and tires in them, and parts and wheels and tires in there. And this one here just has some vintage wheels in it, and special little decals in there, just all kinds of different things. It goes all the way down there. You can never have too many parts. Got paint down there. And I got another desk over here that I kind of work on if I'm doing more than one model, which happens a lot. And I got some stuff on display up there. Plaques when I helped at the NSRA show. Did that for 10 years. That was a lot of fun. While I'm doing this, I'm going to mention what our survivor builds I've collected, and promos, and my builds, because somebody asked a question a long time ago when I did this video the first time. They thought, you know, well, they didn't know what was models and what was promos or whatever. So, and I didn't really talk too much about it, so I'll try and say that real quick. But anyway, there's that bench there. It's got glass, and I put these little pictures of models from the past on there, which is kind of cool. Got some old magazines down there in binders for inspiration. Let's see, have stuff on the ceiling. Try and remember to show that every once in a while. Then we come around this way. Those are all, it's the glare there, those are all builds I've done. And those Matchbox, and those are all some old Matchbox, and maybe some Hot Wheels, a couple Tootsie Toys, some tin cars in there, a little bit of everything that I've collected. This is where I put all the pictures of family members I've lost the last few years. Real quick, there's my dad and my son and his girlfriend, and my mom and my brother-in-law. I think I mentioned that car I built for him before he passed away. And another picture of my dad and my dad before he went overseas in World War II. Did I say those were all my builds? I think I did. And like old boxes up there, Racing Champions And a cool little case. Pocket cars, I love those. Glad I got some when I did because they're crazy money now. Those are all builds I've done with a few little 1/43 scale die cast back there. Another shelf down there. So that's that. And old gas station. So you come back here, just, you know, stuff, model stuff on the wall, old model car ads, old model car boxes. Man, I should have turned some lights off, I guess. Builds I've done. And those are all builds I've done. And those are builds I've done. I had all this out about a month ago. I should have done some videos because I don't have much storage on my stupid phone. So I'll have to pull it out again. But they came and fixed put a new water meter in behind this little plastic door right there. And I had to move all this. I had to move this case and this one and all the stuff on top. And I should have took pictures and done a couple of videos, but because those you've never seen, because they're a pain to get out. So, well, some of them you did because while it was out, I did stuff more models in there because I'm running out of room in my cases. But there's more builds I've done with a nice glare in the background. There's all my orange fantasy build fleet. When I win the lottery, I'm gonna have all those in real life. Yeah, dream on, little broomstick cowboy. Builds up there. Man, I'm sorry. I don't really want to stop and start over again, so we'll just deal with the glare. Builds I've done. Plaques from model contests I used to do back in the 80s, early 90s. God, that makes me sound old, don't it? Jeez, I can't believe it. Anyway, some old boxes up there. Let's go this way. This case here I got from my son. I think I mentioned it in the video a couple years ago or so. He got it from his work, but it's all full of glare from the light. But those, all my builds, some are pretty new. I'll be showing them coming up here probably this Friday. But it goes all the way down there. A really cool case. It doesn't really seal out a lot of dust, but it helps if you shut it all the way though. But it helps a little bit. That's an IKEA case. I got another one in the other room. There's the other side of those vintage builds. I think I showed those to you from the other side that I've collected. And there's a bunch of model car magazines and mostly model car, Scale Auto and Model Car Science and Car Model, old stuff. I've shown them on my channel before in the past. For all you new guys that haven't seen my channel before, that's another reason kind of do this. A lot of new channels out there, so you can kind of get an idea how crazy I am. There's some more plaques from Model Con. There's a lot of local stuff. Portland Roadster Show was the biggest thing I did. I sent stuff to Salt Lake for that. What was that contest called? Anyway, you all know about the one in Salt Lake City that Mark Gustafson did. So anyway, but then over here is just a wall of more model stuff. Imagine that. There's a cool ad up there. If you can see it, it's really cool. Got that in an old magazine. It's on the ceiling, so it's kind of hard to see. Some Don Garlit stuff, a little bit. There's autographs on the back of that. And a 1/16th, I think that is, dragster. That was a parts thing I got years ago and pieced it all together. That's kind of cool. Check out that. KMB Toys, $3.99. Oh man, good old days. Model boxes. Those are all boxes that I got. They were just empty. I have some old records with cars on them all over the room. Those are all my builds there. And my builds there. And I take Tootsie Toys and is it Dinky or what's the other? Hubley. And like I think that's a Hubley or something like that. Anyway, I strip them down and paint them and fix them up a little bit. That's a cool little setup there I do. Texaco race car and pull truck. Yeah, they kind of look like that when I get them all beat up and everything. I don't do that to all of them. I like keeping some of them original. Anyway, so my build's there. That's my son's build there. He painted that when he was about 7. When we lived down in Vancouver, Portland area. I held it on my expensive paint body holder for painting, and he sprayed it, and it came out really, really good. That's that old odds and ends paint I've talked about way back on my channel. Which they still made. There's a vintage build there. I need to put that with the other ones. That's one I started 100 years ago. Literally probably about 35, 40 years ago. Those are all vintage builds. That's a build I did back in the 80s of my favorite car. I had a 70 SS 396, red on black, 4-speed. Well, I didn't do the, well, this was a 454, so it wasn't exactly like my car, so I just kind of spruced it up a little bit. I got that that's a die cast there I got from my nephew. It's really cool. And that's one of those old Zinger type things I fix it all up. 70 Chevelle, I love 70 Chevelles. And 32s you'll find out. These you've seen before on my back in the day episodes or whatever. These are my 4 favorites. Well, I have 4 more, but I got these 4 from the original builder off eBay. That's got wiring, lights work. What's wired for lights, they quit working after I got it. I lit them up once and then they quit. But it's got upholstery in there if you can see it. Maybe I'll do another thing with this because they're really cool to look at. I mean, look at the upholstery in that thing. So cool. And then those 2 there. Really good deals on those, so that's why I got them. But down here in this case, those are all vintage builds that I have collected over the years. I don't restore them. I leave them as is. Clean them up, throw them in the case because they're really cool. I love them. Don't buy them much anymore, but as soon as I win the lottery, I'm gonna start buying them again. Some neat ads. I didn't show you those. And more model boxes. Have a bunch of autographed handouts from the drags. You like my little vent control there? Yeah, see, it gets too hot in here in the winter. You just go like that and we're good to go. Anyway, those are autographed ones. I got a bunch more. This is going to race in Seattle every year. And there's a cool ad there. It's in color. That's a cool ad there because it's in color. I just love the old stuff. Another cool, there's another record there. And a carrying case for the little cars. And I was collecting, when I was working, I was collecting old engine tune-up kit things for engine analyzers, you know, and all that good stuff. Got some cool stuff for that. You'll see eventually. Some model boxes. Actually, that was a kit I built. I built that. That was just a box my son bought me just last year. That I got from a friend, just a box. Some more old ads. And my wife had a magazine with, like a decorating magazine, and they used clipboards to hang pictures up. So I thought that would be really cool for car pictures, and it works out great for the model car ads. So, and then in here, there's the best TV show ever. Does everybody recognize that? Yep. We just lost David Soul. That sucks, but Starsky and Hutch. Anyway, in here, if you gotta go potty, you have lots of stuff to look at. See, there's the potty thing right there. But you have lots of stuff to look at in the potty room. Whoops. And I'm trying to, I don't want to go too fast, so if this is too long, you guys can just stop watching it or look at it later, but whatever. But there's some Hot Rod comic books. And that's a picture of my hometown, Newport, Washington, probably, I don't know, 30s, 40s, something like that maybe. My son found that at a yard sale here in Spokane. There's some cool old die casts there. I forget what those were called. and a couple models. I built that one a long time ago. My wife built that one. Some more die cast stuff and toys and reading material. And muscle machines, I think they're called. Got a few of those. And some more of those. And some more over here. Yeah, man, this takes longer than I thought. But, you know, this is like, you know, 50 years of collecting, guys. So it's not like I'm a millionaire and went out and bought all these the last 3 or 4 years. There's all my shop cards up there. And hey, if any of you guys out there know what I did with the rest of my shop cards, let me know, because I can't find them anywhere. I put them somewhere safe. I had a whole stack of them and I cannot find them. So anyway, a couple tin cars there. My son bought me that probably 18 years ago for Christmas. Wife bought me that probably 15 years ago. These vintage builds there, and there got the box with some of them, and then these ones on the bottom, those 3 are my builds. A couple promos there. Wife found me that at Value Village for like $2.99. Score and a tan one. And I got some magazines down there, some books down there, car books, mostly just real car books. And those are all my builds in there, except this row here. Promo, a little dime store plastic toy, which is really cool. Promo, that's a Johann like put together promo. And then these are all my builds on the top, except for that one. My wife bought a bunch of years ago at old folks' place. I don't know what you call it, where they get together and make, you know, have pizza or have spaghetti feeds and stuff up in Newport. Had a whole bunch of them. I sold some. I should have never sold them, but I kept that one and that one. 75 cents for that one. And 50 cents for that one. And I'll tell you what the other ones were someday, because I don't feel like crying right now. My wife with John Force back in about 88, Seattle. Those little plaque things there are cool. Value Village score my wife found years ago, by 30 years ago. Another one, there's a set of like 4 or 6 of them. I got 2 of them. And here's all my builds there. Pain to get those out of that case too. These are just some toys. My son found me that one. I found that one. Got that at a little swap meet for like $2. That's a really cool hot rod toy. I wanted one forever, and I finally found a deal on one. And I worked at the Jag Saab dealership in Portland, Oregon. Monty Shelton Motor Company. He had little die casts of the Jag race cars, so I snagged those. And if you want to have a good laugh, there's, where am I? Oh, there it is. Wait. There's me with my dad back in the early 70s, I guess. Check out that hair, man. Wasn't I cool? Oh, God, that's embarrassing. Anyway, there's CJ Pappy Hart. Was that what his name was? Yeah, right there. And Don Garlitz. Some more old boxes, some of my shop cards, another tin toy. My wife bought me that one for Christmas a few years ago. I bought that one a long time ago at an antique store, really cheap because it was all missing parts and stuff. Here's some more of my favorites. AMT 32 Ford Coupe and Roadster. I love them. I was buying a bunch of them, or whatever I could afford at the time, but I bought that green one came with that box. That burgundy one came with that box. That green one came with that box. And that red one came with that box. All from the original builder. So those are really cool. These are just boxes and random kits. Promo right there. Promo right there. Another old wrecker down there. I bought a flathead last year. Well, I got a free flathead actually at the swap meet last year. I got a Guy gave me a really cool deal, gave it to me free. There it is right there, flathead. Get it? Flathead? It's just the head and it's flat. Anyway, those are all promos. There and there. Collected over the years. Mustang's a promo, the Maverick. That Mustang. That was just a box I bought my first collection 40 some years ago, and that was full of trailers. Model car trailers. Gold mine. There's one I built. I love old pictures of flagmen from back in the day. Got some old instruction sheets and frames because they're just really cool to look at. I got them in a folder now. I'll show them to you someday. Or maybe I already did. I don't know. Another flagman there. Another old comic. Another old comic back there. That's an original issue. Paid 12 bucks for that and built it. It's that black one with the black trailer, Suede Racing, with the 40 coupe on the back, or 37 Chevy I think is on the back. That was in one of my videos a long time ago. Some more old boxes. One of these, I think that's the original one, and I got 2 reissues. And let's see, some promos here. Well, that's an unbuilt kit. Yard sale in Odessa for like 3 bucks. That's an unbuilt kit. It's more than 3 bucks, but check out the price back in the day. And that's an unbuilt kit my wife found for me in Coeur d'Alene, unbuilt. And then these are promos. Neat old pickup promos, been painted. A lot of my promos aren't perfect, but you get a better deal, and the unperfect one needs a home just as much as the mint promo. Some builds there. These are promos. Well, that's like a kit of unbuilt promo. Here, I'm gonna swing over here really, not real fast, but not real slow, because I show you what that was. That 70 Chevelle came in that box. Local hobby shop had it. They bought a collection of stuff. They gave me a pretty good deal on it. That was like 4 or 5. Well, it was before the pandemic, so however many years ago that was. So I just built it unpainted like a promo. So that turned out pretty cool. That's a vintage build I've had for a long time. I got that from the same guy I got the hauler from there. And that's a promo. That's a promo. That's a kit I built a long time ago. That's that odds and ends pink. Love that color. Okay, we're back up here. And these are all vintage builds I've collected over the years. Some are from the first collection I bought, which is that one, and the burgundy colored El Camino. 40 Fords, coupe, sedan, and the panel. I was collecting those a lot. I mean, I'd bought everything if I could, but I had to limit it at least a little bit when I was working to what my favorites were. So that, and then 49 Ford was my favorite, and 32 Ford, and the AMT 53 Ford pickup. I think that's it. But anyway, these are all built survivor builds. A lot of them on eBay, but a lot of them I find local. There's a neat little thrown together one there. I'll have to show you sometime. There's a couple in the back. We'll keep going this way. I like old pictures of cars. Used to find them at antique stores and stuff. It's kind of cool. Some old car magazines are on clipboards again. On the smaller clipboards for the pocket size. Hot Rod Books is kind of cool. Some Hot Wheels Sizzler stuff there. Marty Robbins. My friend Rich bought me that, which is really cool to go with that Marty Robbins album. So Rich is a good guy. I love him. Haven't seen him for a while though. Another ad. Those are all builds that I did. These are die casts in here. A lot of them Fords are from when I worked at the Ford dealership. And there's some die casts down in there you can kind of see. And there's some builds down in there with a mirror behind them so you can kind of get a look at them. The old Champion box is kind of cool. 37 Chevy I did a long time ago, and some on the bottom. You can kind of see them, but you kind of can't see them. And if you remember last time, there was different stuff on this table. Had a big orange Mustang, like a 1/8 scale toy thing. I'll show you in a later video. But I did some rearranging, so I tried to get all my trophies in one, most of them anyway, in one area from back in the day. I think my newest one is this one here from the Speed and Custom Show, which is 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. Most of them are just really old. More model boxes down there. There's a kit in that wood stock thing. I built that. And I built that. The little green stock car, I'll show you. That was empty. My son just bought me those two last year this summer at the swap meet. That I built whenever I don't know, a year, whenever just before I quit doing videos because I was a bonehead. Anyway, I built that for the small scale group build. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, that's a build. That's a reissue of that. Built just right out of the box. No paint or nothing. That's a built kit. That's a tin toy that I bought a few years ago. Well, probably 5 or 6 years. Man, time goes by fast. You young guys out there, man, pay attention. Keep track of what you're doing and soak it all in, because it goes by so fast. So fast. Anyway, those are all builds in a cool little Snap-on. I guess Snap-on sold the case, or Mac. It's Mac. Oh, I've been calling it Snap-on. Oh my God. Mac tools. It must have come with a kit or a die cast, I guess. I don't know. I just found the case. Hey, I'll embarrass myself some more. Yeah, that's me with my Yogi Bear and my Tonka truck. Oh, I wish I still had that. A friend of mine, Josh, who I talk about a lot, he had that in his vintage toys store. But I didn't buy it. I should have. There's me and my dad. I remember that. No, not really. I don't remember that either. Anyway, you can laugh. Yeah, I was a little fat kid. And that's a little slot car. Didn't build that. That's a slot car. I think I just did a video on these a few months ago, right before I vanished again. So those are all my builds right there. Those are my builds, except for that. That's that toy. A lot of you guys probably seen that. It's like a plastic metal or something. I can't remember if it's metal or plastic, but I think, who got me that? I don't remember. These are all builds I did a long time ago. Real, that's probably 40 some years old right there. And so cups from the NSRA show, some old local ads. I got out of an old newspaper my wife found at her girlfriend's house. Some old models there. And that's a plastic toy my wife found for me at the old Goodwill, which they didn't have a chance to put it on eBay, so I got a really cheap deal. My wife did anyway. Here's a pedal car I've got. I got that thing probably 16, 18 years ago. And some old toys down there, metal toys. And I always forget this. This is where, I think I mentioned in one of my videos, this is where the Shirley Muldowney slick was. This is one of the things that's different in my room. I sold the Shirley Muldowney slick and all the memorabilia I had of her. Some stuff came up, so I sold it. But I sold it to a really nice, I told you, I sold it to a really nice young girl who's a drag racer, learned how to drive a funny car. She has a little whatever you call those little engine dragsters. Not the junior, well, she had the junior dragster, then she moved up to one with like a little V8 in it. And now she's learned how to drive a little, kind of like an alcohol funny car thing. Really nice kid. She's like 16 years old. So I felt really good selling it to her. So I brought this in here and moved my shop down here. I think I mentioned this in video 2 ago,